Hi, I'm Freedom Cole, and I'm a Vedic astrologer. As we're coming up to December 21st, 2012, a lot of people have asked me about the end of the world and what that looks like, and is there anything in the Vedic astrological world that is similar? So I'm going to answer it for everybody who's interested. There is not a end of the world happening on December 21st in the Vedic reality. But there are some things that are very similar in the way the calendrical calculation is working from the Maya and from the Vedic that I think is very interesting. Now, some people have tried to give importance to what is so important about this date that's coming up. And it is an important date. The thing is, people have been talking about binary stars with Sirius, and if you sit down and do the astronomical math, it's absurd. People have been trying to talk about the 26,000 year precessional cycle and connecting it in with the 21st. And we don't really see any connection between what's happening and that 26,000 year cycle. So what is it that is actually going to be happening? What is this thing on the 21st that some people are saying is the end of the world? Some people are saying it's a consciousness shift, and consciousness shift. You have a consciousness shift from yesterday to today. Last year to today, you had a consciousness shift. So consciousness shifts happen all the time. If you look from the 60s to right now, to the 40s to right now, there's consciousness shifts always occurring. So what is this consciousness shift? From a more Vedic perspective. So the Mayan long count is a grouping of time according to a 394.26 year cycle. What does that mean? We give a lot of importance to hundreds and thousands. So when it became the 1900s, people were all excited. When it became, even the 1800s, people were all excited. When it became 1,000, people were like going crazy thinking the world was going to end. It's turning 1,000, oh my gosh. We had a lot of celebration for the year 2000, and of course with that year 2000 came the Y2K, people thinking that everything's going to fall apart just because it's becoming 2000, and they had to make some reason for why it was going to fall apart. So whenever there's these times of transition, people always are saying it's really good or it's really bad, and we don't have to go to either extreme. We can look at it as a transition. So the cycle that's happening, we could round it to 400 years. So every 400 years is a different energy in the Mayan calendar. And the cycle that we're entering is the 13th Baktun right now, which is the 13th cycle of 400. And if we take that back to where that 400 year cycle started, it started in 3114 BC. Now, in the Vedic system, 3102 BC is when Kali Yuga began. In the Hebrew and Arabic astrology, 3102 BC is the year of the flood. So we can see that in the Asian and Egypt, Babylonian, Greek reality, that this date had some importance. Some people associate that date with the beginning of the Egyptian Empire. Where exactly it's coming from, I haven't seen anything that makes that mean something more than another. But we can see that not only did it mean something on one side of the world, but that, 3114, that's 12 years difference. The possibility of being, when you're looking at 432,000 year cycles, of being 12 years off from somebody way over somewhere else, it's improbable, like completely improbable. So either there was a connection between the two, or there was actually something that they were perceiving. Now, being that the calendar began at that time, the Mayan are taking these 400 year cycles, and each 400 year cycle has a different energy. If we look, the last 400 year cycle started in 1608. And since then, there was the colonization of the Americas, and the destruction of the native people here. That cycle is ending. So that's a cause for celebration. If we take the 400 years before, and I mean this last 400 years, the industrialization and destruction of the environment has been crazy. If we look at the 400 years before that, there was a huge scientific revolution at that time, but it was still a scientific revolution that was in harmony, because it was more a mathematic-based system. 400 years before that, Francis of Assisi changed the way religion was practiced. So we can take these 400 years and see that there's an energy with each of these cycles. So as we enter this 21st of December, we're coming into a place where there's a shift. Is it a very serious place? Is it a place to celebrate? Some people are saying, oh, these people, they're just partying, and other people are being, Scrooges about them partying, and other people are being real spiritual. Be spiritual. At the solstice in general, whenever there's a transition, we take a moment to be serious and to reflect about what are we creating. Just like in the new year, what am I going to do this new year? What do I want out of this new year? What am I going to set? What intentions am I going to set? And we celebrate at the same time. So it's both a time of setting intentions for what we want in the world, as well as celebrating. So enjoy this next 400-year cycle, and thank you.